Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and I do have some information, some news for all of you. It's over. I'm just kidding. I had to bait it. I had to bait it out at the beginning. You guys know nothing's over. We continue on. But this is a little video to give you some more personal connection about what's happening with my channel, where I've been, all the big things that have kind of happened, happening, and on the horizon. Just a little update, of what's been going on. I feel like I don't necessarily have the perfect format to do this, so I'll definitely try to run some gameplay underneath as I talk about my experiences and just things that are on my mind on the channel. I think you guys are gonna like. Eventually, this could be something where we do for news, but let's get into it now in terms of my personal news and what's happening. So this week I'm gonna be gone in Arizona. I'm going to be visiting family there. We're spending some time with our little niece, brother and sister-in-law, and really just the family getting together. We had a long amount of time with my family recently, just last week in Italy for my cousin's wedding, my oldest cousin's wedding, and we had a blast. It was 7 days in Vigasio, which is a small town near Verona. Don't expect to have a lot of foot traffic or actual any traffic there. But we rented a villa that had like 24 rooms, and the entire family did the whole wedding there. It was a week long of celebration, and I just got back from that. And I know many of you are thinking, well, wow, he's going away. He just got back. Yeah, and the month beforehand, guys, I was actually in Ireland. So this has been literally for the last 3 months, and I don't see it stopping. 25% of my time has been and will be out of town. And it's not just out of town, it's international as well. So that's obviously changed a lot of the rhythm that we had at the start of the year in terms of streaming and in terms of keeping those numbers up, keeping the consistency. I had started the year with a 6 a.m. stream plan, and I'm sure we could roll some footage or just some thoughts of what that looks like. I mean, the stream has been a really cool way for me to interact with you guys as always, and it's been something that I feel like is core to content creators nowadays. I feel like you have to, whether it's TikTok Live, whether it's Twitch, whatever it is, YouTube Live, you have to find a way to have those grassroots touch points that feel real instead of a video. Because as much as I love making this video, I don't know how it's going to perform, right? Many people watch the first few minutes and they make sure nothing's going wrong, and then they move on with their life, which is understandable. But we've always been community first at Raynday Gaming, and I want to continue that. So if you don't get these updates regularly, which we may, let me know if you like them and the way that this is put together. But if you don't necessarily get these and we don't continue on, the stream is the best way to do it. And your support there gives me a strong foundation for all the work that I do on YouTube. It means that my time can be split more evenly and just more of me to go around on my personal channels. And so as obviously that is slowed, the second we are having a chance to kind of recreate that momentum again, we will be doing so. And if it's not happening actively, in this summer, by the fall, it will be full steam ahead again so that we could start the next year really, really strong. The other thing is, yes, the news that you guys might not have seen, but is obviously that Germany is coming up for the ALGS. So that's another trip on the books coming up, and that's in the end of August and the beginning of September. We're doing our Split 2 playoffs there. It just got announced. And so Mannheim, Germany should be on your calendars if you're an Apex fan, if you want to be involved in the ALGS. It's definitely a good thing to keep in mind. The events that I'm a part of, especially with the ALGS since 2019 in Poland, have been phenomenal for players and for fans, really, because of that interaction that's so rare in the Apex scene. We get it online. We did 3 years of amazing COVID production online, but ever since we've come back to being able to go to LANs, it's been special. And this is our first one on mainland Europe. We did a lot in the UK and London, but now we're in Germany, and there's just a lot of love there. The Euros are happening there right now. If you're a soccer football fan, so it's good time for entertainment in Germany. So look out for that at the end of August and September. Another thing that I wanted to kind of touch base on are just games. Where am I at with Apex? Where am I at with any other new game? Well, there's two elements to that. One, Apex, always going to be a foundation for the channel. I feel like I kind of made my decision 2 years ago. After like the first 3 years of Apex, a lot of the content I did was super educational and it was super informative, and I'm really great at that. And I did that with Smite, I did it with Paladins, I did it with Apex, and I can build, 100,000 plus. I've done it 3 times now in any new game on how to learn the game, instructions, hot new builds, keeping up with the news. There's a moment in a game where in that first period, everything explodes because everyone's interested and everything is new and fresh. And when Apex started to become a game that we realized was going to last forever, I had a choice. Do I start trying to look for that new, or do I just kind of double down? And my choice has always been, and with Apex, it's been, this is the game to double down on. This is the game to double, triple down, start talking about high level things, start incorporating the ALGS into it, start breaking down advanced player movements. As your audience grows, grow with them. And this was just my instinct and my experience, and I think it's worked, and it's really been nice. And so now my goal is, with the channel, how do I make that consistent so that these videos are really popping off and really supporting what you guys like to see and want to watch? And then how do I also look at like videos where, okay, let's do something different. Let's take this format that works for us, like the problem with Lifeline, and let's apply that to the problem with, right, in that kind of more discovery documentary style. It's almost like we're doing a little bit of a murder mystery, like kind of following these beats and points to get to the ultimate point at the end. It's a very entertaining concept. How do I apply that to mainstream creators? How do I apply that to mainstream topics or mainstream games every now and then, so we can see the problem with Summer Games Fest and get a ton of people, and the idea of that series is not that it's a problem, but it's a kind of it's a hook. It's a hook title that makes you interested and keeps you interested from the second you jump in. So to me, my job, and I'm always open to feedback. I think Raynday Gaming has been built with community feedback, and I continue to believe that that's the way this channel is going to continue to grow. How that looks. So I'm always open to ideas. We've had our 5 rules series. We've had a lot of things that I think can translate to bigger pieces outside of Apex, while also being features of Apex content that you hopefully all thoroughly enjoy and get value from. So that's my goal, to get back into that, and through that, learn and figure out ways to expand so that we can keep bringing more and more people into the fold that like our content. And also for you who like Apex, but you're gamers too, how I can express my feelings on different games in a meaningful piece of content and go back to our bread and butter, right? And still keep doing Apex and still keep talking about these things. And then you can have that spice of life on Raynday Gaming, because that's what, it's Raynday Gaming, right? The other thing is Super Vive. It's been a really fun game. I've liked it. I feel like if you aren't familiar with that, on my stream, I've been playing it for the last few days. I've really, really enjoyed it. I like the design team. It's ex-Apex, Valorant, League of Legends developers who have created a MOBA battle royale, a top-down MOBA experience like League of Legends, but it's a battle royale. So it's like Apex. So, you got one fight, you die, you're out. You can get revived if you have one team member alive, and it's over a really cool map. A lot of cool characters. I think they've got something cool here, and I've just been really enjoying it. So for those who, want to keep tabs on that game, I'll probably every now and then periodically touch on that game, because for the first time in a while, there's a game that kind of is scratching that itch, that as much as I love Apex, there's an element of me that also likes MOBAs and strategy, and that from Smite. And so we'll see how that goes. No information on Smite 2. I'm waiting to see how that goes. I feel like I'm too close to that. So I know many people are more concerned with if I'm covering Smite 2. We will cross that bridge when we get there. But I have nothing but love and well wishes for that game and the people involved. So I hope it's great. I hope it makes sense. But we will see when we get there. Yeah, guys. I mean, that's really it here in this video. I wish I had something else to say, except that it's just been a busy time. Things are going to continue to be busy. But as I come back with the ALGS this weekend, and you guys are hopefully tuning in, we have our last 2 days, and then our regional finals coming up the week afterwards, I believe on like the 14th or something in that week, on the weekend. And we'll be crowning not only our regional final champion, but we'll also be figuring out who is going to Germany. So these next 2 weekends for the ALGS, I'll be working every show, and you guys can see me there, and we'll be making that happen. So keep in touch, keep tuned. Videos will keep coming out. You've probably noticed the consistency of kind of like some stable videos, some top 5, some beginner guides, some things like that. We're gonna keep adding those so that you have the nice foundation for people who want to learn, who want, you know, something that's a little bit more easy to jump into. And then we're going to continue to add those 5 rules, those problem videos, those bigger picture looks to keep expanding and keep growing. I mean, I just want to grow with you guys. You know, and as you can see, there's a lot of things that I'm doing outside of YouTube, but YouTube always is kind of my heart and my, you know, the foundation of everything that I do from a broadcast position and everything. I've been really grateful to have this broadcast journey continue to grow, and so I'm going to keep doing what I can to take advantage of that with the time and the expertise and experience I've gained so far. And yet YouTube is always there, so I hope to see you guys. And this is just a note from me, you know, kind of a subscriber note, just hello, and I miss you, I love you. I know this hasn't been the most action year, even most action couple of years, but anyone who's been here since the beginning knows exactly what we're about, and you know that I'm a guy who's going to be around, you know, especially here on Raynday Gaming. So there's no doubt about that. Lastly, if you're interested in it, just to keep an eye on it. I don't have anything to do with it yet, but there is a book being written. I made a community post about it. I've been working on it all year, and I've been working on the thesis and doing the process of it for the last 2 years. And I've incorporated several studies with other people, or trials, I would say, with other close family members and friends. And I feel like it's ready to be out there. So one of my major goals this year is to have that out. When pre-sale is available, I'll be announcing it to you guys. And I think it's something that's going to be valuable for anyone who wants to turn, you know, their life around quickly, who wants to, maybe things are going well, but you kind of need a little inspiration. You want to do that thing you've been wanting to do. You need to get yourself back on track to, you know, a version of you know you can be, or you have been in the past, or you think you could be in the future. This is a quick, effective, and I think kind of proven way to get that done. And it's with all that Raynday experience and fun that you guys have come to know that I dip in to the videos on the channel. So stay tuned for that, guys. As always, never give up, never stop gaming. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all next time.